Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Holy shit. Immediately demonetization. Like right out the gate. It's over. We're not making no money from this. Said the channel with less than 1,000 followers can't even monetize anyway. But if we were a channel that could monetize, fuck Hulk Hogan would be immediate demonetization.
Well, listen, I mean, whenever they do the 30 for 30, I mean, this could just be a scandal. I guess.
Nah, I feel like we would do far more scandalous things than tell. First of all, R.I.P. is an Iron Sheik. Definitely fuck Hulk Hogan because he used to say fuck it to Hulk Hogan. So fuck Hulk Hogan.
Well, he used to say fuck it to a lot of people.
But especially Hulk Hogan. Like, he had a special place in
I mean,
hell.
look.
And it sucks that he died, but not Hulk Hogan.
Evil never dies.
Yeah, evil lives forever, right?
But, well, I mean, you know what? See, I'm trying to really grasp what it was. I'm trying to do my Razor Ramon.
Chico.
I know Chico, but no. What he said, I'm trying to think about. Well, not his catchphrase. Oh, at his Hall of Fame speech, bad habits die, but bad guys never do.
Bad guys live forever. That's what he said, right?
No. He said bad because he was talking about. He's like, yo, bad habits die, but bad guys never do.
Yeah, you said it right.
But
this is where if I had proper video editing skills, I would put that in. But I'm
well,
not doing that.
Again, you know what I'm saying? There's always room for growth, and right now we're sticking to the main dishes. We're pretty much just
damn right. What I used to be standing next to a half-working condenser mic, praying it would work, like shouting at it, and not knowing how to like maintain like my pitch or my diction or I guess stay on topic or any of that.
Right.
Speaking of staying on topic, hold
right.
on before 5 minutes surpass. Welcome back to the Triple P, the Perfect Plex podcast.
Three of them things, baby.
All three. The triple threat, if you will. We hold up threes. The threes for Bam Bam especially. R.I.P. to him.
All day.
Welcome back, guys, gals, non-binary pals. And, of course.
Shout out to Chris Candido.
Yeah, especially Chris Candido. R.I.P. to you. I guess this is a lot of memorial shit, right? These are true warriors that you are giving respects to.
Well, I mean, this is the True Warrior cast, I guess. So, I mean, that's.
Then, I mean, while we're on it, R.I.P. to the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Jim Warrior Hellwig. So.
We can go with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, it's R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah. Oh man. Definitely that.
I think those are the main.
Those are the main ones.
Nobody else.
You're gonna think we're gonna have them talking about wrestling. We're not gonna talk about wrestling on this one.
Well, with combat sports, and you know we consider wrestling to what wrestling used to be.
It counts.
What wrestling used to be.
Even now. You kidding me?
No. It's sports entertainment now.
And them Joshi be hitting the shit out of each other.
But even with within that, it's more production than sport. And again, not to knock it. And
is sports not a production?
No, sports is entertainment though.
I disagree. If you want me to elucidate, I will. Okay, so
you threw it out there.
So yes, sports can be entertaining, but I guess we'll stick it in the realm of combat sport because that's what we're talking about in this episode. Because I'm a good host like that. We're gonna be talking about punching niggas in the fucking mouth, largely.
I mean, it's the summertime, and you know
when it's the time.
Y'all used to those summertime shootouts.
Summer has become the time of summertime shootout. Shout out to Fab. It's definitely about the fists in the summertime now. But shout out to WNBA though. You know, y'all doing y'all thing. I give it to y'all.
And shout out to the U.S. female soccer team. They just spanked out who was that? Vietnam the other night. What was that last night? I forgot. I think it was Friday night.
As of recording.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they're looking like they're gonna put on a dominant performance. Well, they've been trying to do that both on and off the field. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Liberty. They have probably the most unspoken
the best shooter in the league right now.
No, they have probably the most
Stewie is out here.
They have the one super team that you probably won't hear anything about.
You haven't
at all.
really,
And,
except for Stewie.
I mean, that's the whole thing. And I'm like, yo,
Which sucks because they all good. When was the last time we had a team like that? Since Cappy Pondexter before she lost her mind.
Maybe like that second generation of the Liberty team, but outside of them, I don't know, bro. And again, if this was any other league with like that caliber of players on a team, you'd be talking about it. But
they have it. It's just that the scale is not seen as the same. For obvious reasons,
and it's not going to be because again
they don't, and I don't want to diminish them. I guess to suddenly shout out to the WNBA. They don't make. I was having a discussion the other day, oddly enough, and they don't generate that kind of revenue. Do I want Aja Parker and people like that to see money? Of course,
yes,
I do.
yeah,
they deserve it.
They all do.
However, the highest paid player makes 250 racks this season, and it's not Brittany Griner, which is crazy. So that's a real shame, and that's a whole nother cast that we could talk about that and how things break down, and market share and things like that.
Oh yeah.
But it's a real shame because they really have skill.
I mean, it's a shame, and it's
they've come a long way from the beginning.
All day, because the WNBA started in '96.
Yes.
Shout out to Love and Basketball.
And Hogan being the third man. Sorry, I marked out.
I mean, '96 was a fun summer.
'96 was a pivotal year, I guess.
It really was. It was. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit, '95 was too, but for several different reasons. Fuck OJ. But even within that, son, they are in a real real whack position, and this is where we transition to the whole combat sport fighting during the summertime situation.
Excellent segue. Here we go.
They're in a crappy market because it's that USFL shit. You know what I'm saying? Your season is after what is considered to be the main season. You know what I'm saying? So. Again, all right, NFL, it ends now in mid-February. Now we have two different, we have the XFL and the USFL and other different fucking leagues.
And Arena and others.
Yeah, all of that. And it's all right, cool. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm good when it comes to the football fix. Now, I am somebody that's, into college football, so on and so forth, so...
So what do you have to say to someone like myself, who I've said many times on this show, I'm just not really into college sports overall? I like college basketball, but again, I don't have anyone to follow, except the occasional, phenom player or whatever. And even then, they don't make it easy to follow, unless you're a dork like that.
See now,
and I don't have the time to split focus.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what you're talking about specifically right now is more like college basketball.
Overall, I would love to get...
No, I say that...
I would love to get a college football. I just don't have a...
I say that because of the setup and the reality is
you gotta be into
college football is a developmental league for the NFL.
All right, well, before you can...
College basketball is not because they don't stick around long enough for you to become a fan of that person,
especially
let alone...
since they got rid of the one and done rule, right? So...
No, the one and done rule is... Well...
No, it says it's over.
They're playing around with that.
No, it's over. It's done.
It is, but...
Over. They've already exposed the flaws in that. But to go back to your...
And you got the NIL shit going on,
I'll just ask
but
you
that's
a question.
More for football.
What keeps you interested in collegiate sports?
Besides,
love of the game and all that. But...
Oh, that's what it is.
How do you follow?
That's what it has to be.
So...
That's what it has to be. Love of the game. And, I mean, again, what you were just alluding to, you still have your stars, but, again, it's not, anybody who knows anything about college, I would say college sports in general will say the apex or the golden era was probably the 80s. Especially all right, if you're talking college basketball, ACC basketball, from the mid 70s until the early 80s. Then Big East basketball going from the early 80s into let's say the mid to early 90s. College football, I mean, even though Penn State clearly had situations going on, hopefully not in the 80s. You had them being an independent kind of squad before they joined on Notre Dame back in the 80s, USC, all types of shit. But you had different flavors, you had different cultures, and you had just different traditions that you know what I'm saying were still stagnant, you know, not stagnant, but very they were still upheld, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of like the whole college sports scene.
The investment
The investment, the tradition,
and the legacies.
Again, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ohio State against Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Rivalries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like up until like a certain age, you know, I didn't watch hockey, but it's funny being from the hood and you know being dysfunctional. Hockey is something that I should have been into a long time ago because it's all about the drama. It's all about the rivalries. You know what I'm
Definitely, and legacies.
saying? Yeah.
Definitely legacies.
And that's what, you know, that's what the whole college thing comes into. But I say all that to say we're in a different time where you're talking about any type of sport. And we're coming back into an age where the combat sport is definitely... MMA has been holding it down for a long time. But boxing is... Boxing finally is holding it, like it's trying to really bring back and hold its true weight, and
it should.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on an episode we actually recorded or if that's on the lost tapes, but I remember frequently when we talked more about fighting early on, that boxing's problem is that shit is too muddled. There's too many belts. There's not any clear stars like that except for the elites that rise out of all that.
Yeah.
And even then, like, your window is so short that you get 4 or 5 fights of like eliteness at best, and then it's on to the next generation or the next guy or whatever it is, or the next guy who gets lucky, you name it.
Yeah.
You know, Ruiz comes to mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a bum or anything like that, but if he didn't get that overhand, you know, that should change his man's life. You know, so
yeah, I mean, look,
you know,
boxing,
like what
the
like
promoters,
the
promoters.
I guess to start, like, what
does
does boxing have to do to kind of like really start to ease into what, you know, is basically our main subject tonight?
I mean,
what does boxing have to do to hit the fingerprint that it used to have, and now that that MMA / the UFC, because the UFC is synonymous with MMA as we've talked about, what do they have to do to at least equal that? Because I don't think they're going to surpass it. But clearly the interest is still there because Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather proved that, you know, shit can still get popping, and them niggas ain't even relevant in the ways that, you know, to the game. You know what I'm saying? So
the reality is, boxing gates still, even a bullshit boxing gate can still draw more money than MMA. I'm trying to figure out why that is.
Because the big fight still has a draw, the lure of that. Even if you don't know
the big fight, and no, listen,
any big fight, even if you don't know who motherfuckers are,
right?
I've seen that constantly, especially amongst, you know, our type of class of people, you know, middle to lower to working class, however you want to describe that. Niggas is interested, even if they don't, because they just want to see, you know, pelea. You know what I'm saying? They want to see someone get killed.
No, a good fight is a good fight.
A good fight is a good fight. So if the story of a fight is built up enough, and this is to segue into Spencer versus Crawford, if the story is built up well enough and simmered and marinated,
it's that wrestling shit. That wrestling shit, bro.
You know, people are gonna, they want to see the outcome. You know, they want
the story has to be there. The
and the skill. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want
the story, the opponents. You know what I'm saying?
You want to see one guy get
the characters, all
clubbed. You know what I'm saying? Even in Tyson Heyday,
a good fight is a great movie. A great fight is a great movie.
People are exhilarated by a great fight. We've seen countless UFC cards, you and I together, that we were like, damn, like that was a good fight. Like you feel good about yourself. You didn't even throw a punch. Like I felt re-energized by a good fight card.
Yeah, you were just, you know, it's a roller coaster, man. It's it's a great ride. You know, it's
my girl and I have watched a card where we're just like, yo, that was a lot of good fights though.
Yeah.
Like, and then like feel good like the rest of the night because we saw something cool, you know, and that's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Whether you pay, whether you don't, whatever the fuck it is, whether you put your time in,
yes,
however you watch it, cover it, etc. Niggas are reinvigorated by oh, there's a big fight tonight, especially Saturday. Especially ain't shit to do. Even if there is shit to do, like the fight is it.
That's what I was about to say, bro.
Everything
Back in the
centers
day,
around that in the way that they center around the Super Bowl, Tour de France, whatever the fuck you want to, like, major sport event you want to name. Like,
No, the fight is
it's
the
a
fight.
it's a whirlwind, you know.
And back in the day, the fight used to be like, that was boxing. Now,
Everybody listened or watched. Even again, if you didn't,
or
give a
you at least knew what was
you
going
know what
on.
was going on. Even if you didn't give a shit about fighting,
Motherfuckers like, yo, I'm watching the fight this
yeah,
week, and
the big fight is
so
happening.
on and so forth.
Yeah, we're having everybody over for the fight, etc.
These days, when I talk to certain people that aren't really into that, when I'm talking about, I'm watching the fight, it's more like UFC, like MMA. You know what I'm saying? Which is, that's the shift.
Like 98% of the time, yes.
Yeah, and that's the shift that's happened. So within these last 3-4 months, we've gotten. I wouldn't call them super fights, but I mean, in this age, in this era, I guess you have to call them super fights, or if not, just true main event fights. And one of them was Devin Haney and Lomachenko.
Yeah. Which is very interestingly understated when it happened. Like, the build is huge, and then it happened.
Well, I mean, it was controversy.
It was just kind of whatever. Like, that's what happened. It was whatever. Like, you didn't.
I mean, yeah, and like I said, the controversy behind that. I mean, they may have a rematch if they do. Cool, but
But man's just talking about retiring, so he might duck off into the night.
I mean, I get it because with Lomachenko, he's had a couple of fights where they've been controversial, like decision losses. I don't know. The times I've seen those fights and he's lost, I understand why the judges may have gone that way, but Lomachenko fans will go the other route. I can understand that, but either way, we're getting fights that you want to see that are definitely worth the price of admission, and fights that people may have been talking about for years in regards to Spence against Crawford, and then other fights that may or may not have been spoken about mainstream wise, but definitely are on the fight fans' mind. And that's what we have coming up on Saturday, July the 29th. You know what I'm saying? Real promo shit. And you have within a certain weight range and a range that honestly in regards to boxing has been one of the more prestigious crowns. We're talking definitely welterweights. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a hard one, man. It's definitely a hard one to really break down because shit, that's what you want in these dream matches, and dream match has been overutilized these last few years, but this is definitely a super fight, mega
that
fight.
shows you how hungry people are for actual dream matches. I think that's also boxing's issue. Like, they will play up some shit like it's incredible.
Yeah.
And I get it. You gotta, you want people to spend the money. You want people to watch. I'm not against that. But this feels like a genuine, having done a little bit of research.
Yeah, no,
quick research.
It's just been way more sizzle than steak.
Now
man.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, I want to see this fight.
Yes.
Like,
I'm saying high level shit.
Especially since, to your point, I feel like that's another counter we should have, the to your point counter. To your point, we've been getting fights that are more spectacle, like you said, more sizzle than steak. So I look at Fury versus Ngannou, much as I would love, and I'm going to watch that fight, of course. Shout out to Francis for calling your shot and getting the money that niggas said you couldn't get. Dana, real quick aside, we're not gonna talk about the UFC shit, but here's a quick aside.
Another snake rant.
Isn't that what they're here for? You're like the voice of reason. I just be mad and just be like saying shit and be mad for like 10 minutes, and then you're like, all right, but you need to relax.
Oh no!
We literally have a video on Mortal Kombat where I fucking yelled into the microphone for like 35 minutes or whatever the fuck, because I was.
Rightfully
upset.
so. Rightfully so. But no. I mean, I'm just outside of the receiver formerly known as AB. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at certain, some shit. Unless it's, again, maybe, just Knicks and Raiders. And
Well, that's passion. That's a whole nother,
and other transgressions.
That's another realm. Exactly. Transgressions is the word. But
fuck AB.
But shout out to Francis for calling his shot, getting his bread, and fighting Tyson Fury. Unfortunately, I think he's gonna get pieced up because this is a spectacle fight. And do I want Francis to hit him with the Galactic Phantom and Tyson Fury dies? Of course I want that for Africa. I definitely want that for Africa.
Not gonna happen.
But
ain't gonna happen.
I'm well aware of that. I would love it though. I've seen this nigga take the Galactic Phantoms from how many niggas now? Like, again, I want to say I'm like the Max Kellerman of this here, even though I'm not nowhere near as knowledgeable. Shout out to Max. They should not have fired you. You're probably the best other First Take host, to be real, because you could actually stand up to Stephen A. Smith's character bullshit and really like back it up with like straight journalism. Whereas this nigga is a fucking clown, and I understand that's why they pay him all that money to be a clown. Shout out to you, Stephen A. Smith, because your podcast is good. So I fuck with you, but like you say to everybody else, Stephen A. Smith is a friend. But
I've had intimate showers.
I have close, intimate showers with Stephen A. Smith on the regular, son. His first son is named after me. But
if we doing that, boy, if we doing that.
Well, you say you're Tony Atlas in the production meeting, so I'll take Max. Max is a
no.
Max is a top tier motherfucker. They should not have fired him, son. That shit is bullshit.
All right, well, that's two different discussions.
That's another. We may talk about that ESPN ridiculousness, but
all I'm saying is, if we're talking about the best,
but I'll be Max here. Is what I'm.
If we're talking about the best, to go against Skip, the one and only, son, one and only Woody Page, baby.
And not Molly Karam, son, who would be smoking these niggas' boots. Both
no.
of them, son.
The fuck out of here. First of all, no. If we're talking that, then no. Carrie Champion, nigga.
Oh,
the fuck out of here.
Carrie Champion, son.
No.
True champion right there.
No, bro. Like, no. Shout out to Woody Page. He was the original.
He's the originator. But, I mean, this nigga was on Cold Pizza. Like, this nigga was everywhere.
Again, if we're going.
What was that, first and 45 or whatever the fuck
No.
Like,
it was first and 10.
First and 10. There it is. First and 10, and then Cold Pizza.
It was either first and 10 or fourth and whatever. But
it was first and something. I know it was that, but
because First Take, the original show was like
I would be awake.
Yeah,
because I'm an insomniac ass.
It was Cold Pizza, and it became.
I would watch all of it.
First Take was like a show.
Yeah,
like
they merged it all.
And then
together,
like the debate, that was the segment.
Yeah.
Then the shit became First Take, the whole fucking debate shit.
The whole show, because the first thing was about them just covering shit.
Yeah. They would do interviews, all types of shit. And then
Jalen Jacoby beat these niggas up. So then it was that. But shout out to Jalen Rose, who they also fired. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that, son? But Tim Legler keeps his job. Not that I want Tim Legler to be fired, but what the hell is that?
Nobody.
All right.
Till somebody.
I'm sorry. I need to kills you. All right. I need to stay on topic. I'm thinking of like 16 different things.
No.
Boxing. So
there's been a lot of aggression.
Why is this fight relevant? You've already started talking about that, but why? As the Tony Atlas of the two of us, why does this matter?
Sound shootouts.
Besides the obvious shit you've already mentioned, like, what will this do to propel the game of boxing in the way that certain super fights can propel the UFC? Can this be potentially Stephen Bonner, RIP, versus old boy, or what? Forrest Griffin. Damn, I almost blanked on some name. You didn't catch me. I got it. I'm here.
No, I caught you. I was just waiting for it. And
I knew it would come. I was like, why am I see this man's face in my head right now.
Well, listen, you bringing that fight up is definitely.
But could it be that? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this the spark plug that could help boxing out? Because a lot of the super fights basically have either been, like I said, Triple G, doing Triple G shit, and no one not really caring. Is it really about Gervonta Tank Davis? Like, what's?
I mean, it's over for Triple
Yeah.
G. He's pretty much done.
No, he says I'm over it. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about in terms of niggas who have.
And I mean, Triple G. It was Triple G and Canelo.
That's what I'm saying.
That
So
was
who is this the gas right here to really like really put it back? Because it's not gonna be Fury versus Ngannou, which I'm again happy to see. Interesting spectacle fight, but like this seems like a fight, like an actual. I could watch these niggas fight for 24 rounds. Is it gonna be that? Do you think it's gonna be that?
Oh, that'll be 2 matches. Well, first and foremost, you bringing up Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin is showing your age. But that's why I was giving you the time for you to. I got you.
10 years ago.
Nah, in fight years.
That was forever ago.
In fight years, dudes is.
These niggas is Hall of Famers, both of them.
All day. Straight up and down. No, the gas was Fury Wilder. Okay.
But we saw that.
I know that. I'm answering your question.
And it kind of was.
The gas. That was the gas because that's what
I was into it as the casual.
That's what the game had needed because, again, for whatever reason, when it comes to boxing, especially when the heavyweight division is thriving, that's when the game is thriving. Now, outside of that, ironically, and that's what I was talking about earlier, weirdly enough, if it's not the heavyweight division, it seems to be the welterweight division. The welterweight, lightweight, you know what I'm saying? You know, and this is what, you know what I'm saying, little pre-production meeting, what's that? We're breaking down the fourth wall for y'all. You know what I mean? We were definitely checking out the countdown, you know, full access.
You know what's hilarious is you're always telling me not to reveal the production secrets. You're about to do some production secrets.
No. I mean, well,
not that I mind.
The truest of the truest secrets.
That's how you know it's real because he's doing it instead of me running mouth.
And again, well, and you know what I'm saying, there's, you know, playing Chinese checkers out here, baby. But yeah, either way, you know what I'm saying, and just watching all of that, you know what I'm saying, first of all, you see two Titans coming together, more importantly, and that's what you want. And, you know, I always say jokingly it's some wrestling shit, but the story has to be there for a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be coming out of the, you know, you can come out of a store and see two motherfuckers fighting on the corner. Yeah, that's entertaining, but after it's done, I just saw these two dudes fighting on the corner, boom, boom, whatever. That's you know, 5 minutes of fame. That's not a clash between two gladiators, you know what I'm saying? It's not a championship bout between two.
Not just a dude getting hit in the head with the twisted tea can.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, no. So, again, to answer your question, and
shout out to that guy though. Thank God you did not drop the can, my nigga. That was very smooth. Like, you clapped that nigga with the twisted tea in the face. It was beautiful.
Shout out to Scrams because he has one story when he was, I believe he was working at not Port Authority, at I think you know, one of the train stations or whatever. But he was like some bum through a fucking, in real black fashion, he threw a grape thought juice at him, son. But in real Scrams fashion, he was like, yo, dude, like, cracked it open, took like 2 swigs, then threw it at him. So not only was it a grape thotty, it was a full grape thotty.
That was the contempt, son. Like, he didn't even.
After staring at him for like 10 minutes,
drunk,
son. Nah, he was, whatever.
Yo, fuck this nigga. That was yo, fuck this nigga, son. That's what that was right there.
2 gladiators in the ring, though, man.
That's what this is gonna be right here.
2 gladiators in the ring, and like I said, Fury Wilder was the gas that the boxing game needed because, like I said, really because of the characters and because of the weight class. If you're gonna bring boxing back,
Yeah, it's the heavyweights.
It
It's the
it
heavyweights
helps.
or the flyweights.
It helps. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
always the extremes.
And then,
Yeah.
like, all right, and it's funny because there's going to be a lot of wrestling references within this one, but
Aren't there always?
it has to be. We're in WrestleMania 3, all right? Tyson, Fury Wilder is Hogan and Andre, right?
Right.
Spence versus Crawford is Steamboat against Macho Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're getting into the craftsmanship, the technique.
So hold on. Steamboat versus Macho Man, while regarded by many
Yes.
as one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time,
Yes.
myself included,
Yes.
is not regarded in the same way by the casuals.
No.
They think about Andre.
That's why I
That's why you
presented-
mentioned Andre versus Hogan.
The draw is...
Austin versus Shawn Michaels with Mike Tyson involved. You know what I'm saying?
even though that could have been
shit,
a...
they still talk about how Cyndi Lauper was fucking at WrestleMania.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to diminish that, but like, you know, wrestling shit happened. Like, it'd be different if she hit niggas with, you know, fucking diamond cut or whatever.
Yeah.
But she was just there.
Oh, damn.
So,
But I mean, look, Stone Cold against Shawn Michaels. That should have been a well. If you go back to their King of the Ring matchup, that was definitely a it wasn't the technical mastery it should have been, but you know what I mean. When you talk about them two at WrestleMania, that was supposed to be a master class. Had this man not fucked his back up, but either way, we're talking about the draw against even though. Again, Tyson Fury is definitely, honestly, in regards to being a defensive mastermind, I don't know if there was any like heavyweight that was better than him outside of Ali and...
Damn, Holyfield.
No, because Holyfield didn't really... He wasn't...
George Foreman.
No. George Foreman got hit too much. Joe Frazier was peekaboo. Mike Tyson would have been definitely way better had had Gus D'Amato been around and he didn't.
And he go to prison. I mean,
well, no. Had he not, grabbed Tony Atlas's sister's ass, I forgot what he grabbed, but he did some wild shit.
Yeah. Well, he was always doing wild shit.
Well, Brownsville is Browns.
As the Locks talked about in that Drink Champs.
Oh no, that wasn't. What was that? Drink Champs?
That was Drink Champs. We gotta have to poke Mike. That was Drink Champs.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was definitely. Well,
that was definitely Drink Champs.
No. That was No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. That was that's part of a video where people just talk about their favorite Mike. Mike.
That was there.
Because it was them. It was Ed Lover, so on and so forth. But I mean, that was a good.
I was Ed Lover with the car when he told me he gave him that. He let him hold that car.
Shout out to the Brazilian steakhouses, man. That was a fun. That was a good night.
Oh, we gotta do that again.
That was a good night. That was a good night.
So good.
That was a good night.
Holy shit.
But you have two individuals.
I be walking by that shit like every day, practically, or every couple days. Be looking at it longingly, like, damn, so this is the best steak I've ever had. Well, also Texas. Texas is probably the best steak I've ever had. In Houston, shout out to Houston.
I mean, they do it out there, man. I gotta get one of those.
It was incredible.
I gotta get one of those, man.
I can eat. Like, I'm one of them skinny niggas that I can eat forever.
Yes,
I'm always hungry.
Yes.
So when I ate that shit, I was shocked because I was mad high off of. I got me an ounce.
Which explains the eating.
I never even needed that. I was always like that.
And the munchies.
Yeah, it made it worse. Smoking meat. So this is the one case of smoking weed made it worse because I was always that kid that ate all the time. I was always hungry.
Yes.
No problem.
That's why dudes was chubby back in the day.
And now
had to be
that battery acid metabolism.
What's worse, the drunken munchies or the high munchies?
The high munchies, because with the drunken munchies, you can only eat certain things, and you got to be careful.
I don't know about that. So.
I'm just talking about for me, personal experience. Like, for me, I can only eat certain things because if I eat a wrong thing, I'm definitely throwing up, and I don't want to throw up. What I want to do is eat something heavy and then pass the fuck out. Because
that's always the general idea. That's always the general idea. I'm just talking about in regards to the cravings.
the high munchies
All
because
right,
you
fair
can
enough.
think about all the shit you want. Usually with drunk munchies or drunchies, if you wanna, if
So
you wanna
yeah,
combine the word.
that's why I say it's
Uh,
worse because it's like, yo, I don't, I'm ready just to devour shit,
but the
man.
thing with drunchies is that it's very easily satisfied. So you just want to eat something.
Maybe,
Depending on what you eat.
maybe.
But for the most part, if you got something heavy in you, I pause, I guess. If you get something heavy in you, you're fine. You will pass it. Water plus whatever fucking
Yeah.
bullshit you ate, you're good. That's why the halal carts be getting busy. That's why all these places
Yeah.
get that money because that's exactly what you need when you're drunk. Grains and meat and fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Just that
you
fiend
know,
factor.
If
you know
you're
what I mean?
and if you're about that,
the savagery
yeah,
of
if you
it.
need if you're a hero type of person, that will do it for you. Like there are many times where I came out to party, you name it, in my 20s, 30s, probably doing it when I'm 40s, just not as much. Where you're stumbling out the party or whatever, and you eat a fucking lamb and rice, and you feel like $1 million.
All day.
For like $1 million, you fucking walk back to your train, whatever that train might be, fucking smoking a doob, because that's how it be, and you fucking like have that quick little nap on the way back home.
Shout
And
out
you
to
good
the
money. And you feel great. You're just like, great. I didn't die. I didn't throw up on the train. I didn't do any of that dumb shit.
day.
So
shout out to that KFC on 14th, man. They still open. They still open at 3 a.m, and definitely had to holler at them last night after work.
See, look at that. See, case in point, right there. Look at that case study. You proved it.
But listen, we're dealing with a fight with two individuals on Saturday, July 29th, 2023.
You're a good salesperson.
Well, I did kind of go to school for this shit. These dudes that we're talking about right now, that being Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford, technically shouldn't be alive right now. All right.
Hit us with the lore.
Well, I mean that's what this is all about, man. I'll start with Terrence Bud Crawford. His situation wasn't even like some like bullshit on his part. Like, well, for those who don't know, he's from Omaha. Omaha. Speaking of steaks.
Omaha. And Peyton Manning.
All day. I ain't gonna lie, son. Whenever you get a chance, holler at the holler at the meat package, son. they holiday meat package, son. That shit hits. It does though. You know what I'm saying? I got that for one Christmas. It was nice. But yeah, he was just on some like, they went out, late night dice game type shit. And he was just in his car, just counting the ends, and like two rival gangs had just happened to have gotten in a shootout on that same block while he was in his car, and boom, boom, he catches a bullet to the head. Obviously, he's good money, so on and so forth. I believe that was like a couple of fights into like his professional career, because I do remember like seeing him in like maybe like the mid going into like the late 2000s, like back when they used to have like Wednesday night fights on ESPN, like. See, and like they brought it back a little bit, so you may see fights now on like Fridays and Saturdays, but ESPN2, ESPN used to have like Wednesday night fights, Friday night fights, sometimes Saturday night fights when it wasn't like HBO back in the day. And HBO boxing is definitely, you know what I'm saying? That was the lifeblood back in the day, man. HBO, Showtime is trying to become that, but anybody that knows boxing, it was HBO, baby. HBO, and then, back when you had the Budweiser sponsor before Corona. But, yeah, Bud is good money. Then Spence, he ended up getting into a crazy-ass car accident driving his Porsche, I believe. you can check that video out. It's definitely on YouTube. I'm quite sure. It's one of them situations where his car's flipped over, spent over like 7 to 8 times. And then, you know, when you see like the end result, you know, it's, you know, the whole front of his Porsche was gone. Like the whole, like with the engine, all that shit was just off. And well, I'll put it like this: fuck the video. If you just see like the picture of like what his car looked like after he got out of that accident, you be surprised that he's alive after that. And then, you know, you got the pictures of him in the hospital. His face is all swole up.
So akin to Markel Fultz, or I guess Kanye West.
I would say more Kanye, yeah. More Kanye, yeah, definitely. Definitely more Kanye. So much so that in that second episode of the Full Access Countdown Showtime joint, it starts off with him going
don't
to
let him tell you don't do some research here, son. You know what I'm saying? Especially off-air research. You know, we famous for on-air research. That's going to be the first shirt. Either the first shirt is going to be yes, or on-air research. And it's going to show like a basketball reference fucking window or some shit.
I grew up in my football folly is definitely during the age the era and the age of the diva receiver. However, I definitely grew up watching the you know what I'm saying, the no huddle, the quick audible, the you know what I'm saying, the fast paced football offenses. I guess, once again, shout out to Omaha and Peyton Manning, so on and so forth. But, yeah, no, with Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, he's definitely, you know, the story is there because he's the big ticket. He's what, you know, most promoters would call, you know what I'm saying, their big fish, their big kahuna, whatever, because his style is, It's funny because, like, you know, definitely watching those episodes of, you know, the All Access, you see like his kind of like West Indian like heritage, because he doesn't get rattled, he doesn't get too excited, he's real low key. Not to mention, you know, he's from Dallas, you know, somewhat down south, but, you know, Dallas is kind of like, you know, a New York of down south. So you would expect him to kind of be the more outward character, but Bud Crawford, he's from Omaha, but he's more like, honestly, Bud kind of seems like he's probably from Philly or shit, I would even say somewhere from Brooklyn. But, you know, they're characters, but, you know, they're fighters that you could definitely rally behind because they're about the fight game, number one, because they live this. You know, you see that in the first episode of the countdown, it was around Father's Day, so, you know what I'm saying, they show that aspect. You know, they show that, you know, they're fighters, but, you know, they're family men. And honestly speaking, from what I've seen, like, the best fighter, well, 98% of the best fighters have been like family dudes, outside of you know, Tyson, who was you know, doing a lot of cocaine and fucking a lot of Japanese joints. But well, shout out to Bobby Brown too for that one. But yeah, you know, you got two dudes who are legit, like you know, champions, man. Like, we always talk about the sweet science of boxing, and that's what we're coming back to. The MMA game is well, I won't say MMA. Dana White has kind of screwed up the fight game, and he's screwed up the sweet science of a lot of shit. But at the same time, you know what I mean, you have two true gladiators who are the true essence of the sport, who aren't going to cheat you. I was watching a video earlier. I forgot. I don't think it was Honcho Boxing. Shout out to Honcho Boxing. It's one of the boxing channels I follow. Well, I follow several ones, but they have that channel of the worst boxing fights ever, man. And A lot of them were just dudes trying to collect checks and bullshit. You had one French fighter who tried to protest where he just took a knee and just did some Black Panther shit, just raising his fist. I think he caught a couple of jabs and the fight was over.
Getting punched in his face.
You know what I'm saying, but yeah, no, we're coming back to an age where boxing can be respected for the sweet science that it truly is.
That was an excellent dissertation, I gotta say.
I would call it a lightertation.
That's like fusing light skin and dissertation.
Yes.
I'll take it. Yes, that's 2 or probably 5 yes-ishes. How many yes-yeses do you think we average per episode?
Not too many.
Not too many.
No. Honestly, no.
At least 7.
No. I'll say no, because we minimize them because we're lacking in the scrams factor.
Well, he's the key. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, no, like somewhere in between like 4 to 6. 4 to 6.
4 to 6 and 0.7 yeses per episode.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it's the yes because being at the Dancing Bear movement down south, the oh yes has been it's been minimized at the same time. I may have to bring that back when it gets cold outside. Matter of fact, when we hit the season of the snake, I'll bring that back.
I also got to figure out how to have samples, because then I could just record him saying, "Oh yes," or "Damn it, damn it," and that'd be so good. That'd be so perfect.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. No,
oh
no.
Yes.
Yes. Not one yes, but 2 of them. Yes.
You may have to triple threat it at some point.
Yes sounds like an old girl who says ice cream so good on Twitter. So I don't think we could take that from her.
Unless we
Pinky
just
doll.
get unless we
That's
could
her name,
just
Pinky
unless we
doll.
could just minimize that.
Shout out
just,
to Pinky Doll for gang.
I mean
we stand with you, Pinky Doll, gang. Ice cream so good.
If we could just get her
Rap.
saying just the yes, that we just.
If I could just have her say yes, or I guess I could just take the sample somehow and just have her say yes.
Well, no. It's a work in progress. You know what? At some point, I'm not gonna lie to you, son. At some point, I kind of want to get to where where the Dan Le Batard show is, son, where it's casual, but they can say whatever the fuck they want to say, son.
Yeah, well, they on ESPN too. He was smart. He was like, all right.
No. They have their own shit. So
That's not, well, yeah, now, but
Oh yeah. I'm not
when they
talking
start
about,
when they started with the Poppy
highly
shit,
questionable is still my shit.
highly
though.
questionable is so good.
It's still my shit, but
I love that shit because that gave them their own platforms. Because now Bomani has his own.
Well,
shit.
first of all, shout out
He's
to
had
that.
his own shit.
Shout out to that whole era because that was the niggerish afternoon of ESPN, bro. You had highly questionable. You had numbers never lie.
Wait. Hold up. Sports Nation first with Michelle Beadle.
But see, they was fucking around with Sports Nation though.
Yeah. So
because because Sports Nation was originally Marcellus and Max.
Yeah.
And then it was Michelle. I liked it when it
Michelle.
was Michelle and Colin because that was a nice combination.
Yeah, I also like the occasional Michelle and Carissa because that was incredible. But that was rare. I think it was like a rare thing.
Hey man, well if we really deep diving, son, there was a Sunday and going into a Monday when I was at a certain old venue I used to work for, and I turned on what used to be NFL Game Day Prime, which was just Deion Sanders, right? And I was pretty high and drunk, and I noticed that they had thrown on Shannon Sharp.
a portent of what was to come.
And LaDainian Tomlinson, son, and I'm not gonna lie to you, son. I couldn't handle it at that point because I'm like, wait, first of all, who let this? Like, who signed off for this, son? I cannot handle this right now. I am too high, son. Prime time by himself, son. Him and Shannon Sharp? Yeah, nah, I'm too drunk for. I had to turn away and go to something else, son. I think I went to Cartoon Network on some whatever.
It's
like
like the Ark of the Covenant. You know, I can't look at it directly.
No, I'm like, wait a minute, I can't handle this right now, son. I was not prepared for this. And this was around the time with Shannon. Like, this is like maybe like a year or two into him doing Undisputed, son. And I'm like, wait, nah, I can't, son. I cannot. I can't handle both of them, son. Not right now, son. And Carissa was the host of that. A hostess, son.
Of all of that.
And she's niggerish in her own fucking way, so.
Shout out to Carissa Thompson.
Shout out to her and that good split she did in the the Air Force
and the
uniform.
Air Force outfit, the suit, the jumpsuit.
They had fat heads for that.
Oh my god.
I should have got that.
Me too. That was a fine white woman. Oh, we definitely get demonetized now because I said that. It's over. It's over. But
I will be placing a wager on several fights this weekend.
You say you gambling, son? You just going for broke now, son. We're degenerates now. It's over.
Nah, I'm trying to get that.
Legitimacy is gone.
Listen,
like
FanDuel, DraftKings, I forgot the other fucking Showboat, Draft Boat, Caesars.
Mostly,
I mean, hey, we close to Caesars.
Mostly it's DraftKings at this point. Like they taking over. So.
I'll take Caesars though. Yeah. Caesars. Yeah,
any venue, anybody.
I mean, listen, I place wagers on a lot of fights, and a lot of.
So do they. So
yeah, I'm saying we can use that sponsorship, baby. But
that'd be cool.
Yes, it would.
Save. I gotta work on my voice. Save 15% off on all bets with Caesar's Palace Betting.
Right now,
I don't know what the slogan is. That's what I'm gonna say. But I think that was a very good radio voice.
I'm saying it was subtle. Now,
that's how it has to be. Like, we're not addictive and leading you to your destruction.
If I had to put money on it, I may have to go. With Crawford by decision.
Because of the versatility, as we talked about.
The versatility, the switch hitter. He's elusive defensively, but he is facing the one. The one offensive walk forward dude who he doesn't want. Like, again, look. Spence is good enough to hit Crawford, but Crawford is good enough to elude him. So, I mean, really, honestly, it depends on how Errol Spence is feeling. Because if he comes out and like really like messes with Crawford and boxes him a little bit, you know what I'm saying, kind of, messes with him and not go to like his early Spence wave, which was, come out, just walk you down, hit you hard, body shot. The body shots, man, just like them leg kicks.
They're key.
Yeah. Again, it's hard, man. I don't know. Like I said, right now I got to go Crawford by decision, but I mean, I'm definitely going to hedge my bet, so we'll see. But right now, yeah, I'm going to say I'm more of a fan of Spence, but yeah, I got to go Crawford by decision right now.
All right, I'll take it. I would normally pick a fight, but honestly, even though I proclaimed Max Kellerman earlier in the episode, I've only watched really highlights. I can only go by my fighting instinct, and my fighting instinct as far as boxing goes is the person who can switch stances and, more importantly, dig into the body and then switch stances and back out usually wins, because they don't have to press anyone to the corner to win the fight. They could just box right in the middle of the ring, and they dare you to come and fight them in the middle of the ring, and that's what it seems like Crawford provides. So
Not with the body shots, but everything else you
with
said.
with the again, especially with the stance switching. Stance switching is so much important because the angles you're coming at with your strikes surprise people because you could prepare for the power hand all that you want.
Yeah.
But if they don't rely on the power hand, then what do you do?
And again, look, Terrence, like Crawford, he has heat in his hands, man. He has finished more than enough fights, so it's like
he's capable.
But
So,
at the same time, I've seen Errol Spence get hit hard, and he could take a hit. So it's like that. That's what I'm saying. Like Spence's, like his defense is sound. He's not elusive, but he's not gonna just let you hit him.
is he
Like, look,
is
Crawford.
he the type to take two to give one and then but be successful with that strike? Because then that makes the difference.
Yes, if he knows, like if he's not scared of your heat, then yes. Yes, and more times.
Well,
than
that
not,
seems to be the case. Either man is not scared, as far as they can tell. But it's hard to tell with that. Of course, you're never gonna say, "Oh, I'm scared of that man," or.
But again,
I
look, I'll say
respect
this. I'll
him
say
or
this.
whatever,
With Spence, he's come across dudes who have been elusive too, and what I'm saying, he's set them up in a way where, like I said, he's definitely more like walk you down forward. But again, he's a boxer as opposed to like just a puncher. So he's not, like I said, he's not going to just let you hit him, son. Like he could take a hit, but he's not going to just let you hit him. Like he's gonna set shit up because, like I said, he won't take two to give one. He'll take one to make you think you're getting that one, but you'll get that weak one, and you may get two hard ones from him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
Still good.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I've seen him get hit hard, but again, for me, I don't feel like this fight is gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a finish. It's a distance.
It's gonna be strategic. Like they're gonna. Feel
It's gonna
each
be.
other
Yeah,
out.
this is one of those. Yeah, it probably will.
So
go
then, what I
distance.
will say is the cop out answer, which is the first one to find the range, is the winner. Because that's usually how it goes.
If you're talking that, then it will probably have to be more Spence then, because because Terrence Crawford, like I told you earlier, he had to come up in weight.
All right.
I feel like they're probably the same height, but for some reason Terrence Crawford was just the smaller fighter in weight. Like Spence has been fighting at 147 for a long time, and then Terrence Crawford was fighting at 141. So. You know what I'm saying? Again, either way, at this point, it don't seem like that really matters. They both got heat in their hands. Again, Spence has been fighting at this weight for a little bit longer. So you would technically call him the bigger fighter, which makes sense because, like I said, he's more going forward and Bud is more like elusive. So you have two crafty fighters that are coming against each other. So, you know what I'm saying? Get your wings ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your put your flip flops on, cause you know what it is, man.
Excellent transition as usual. We're gonna go to more fighting because this is fighting I could talk about. Even though I could talk about boxing, but I am one not to kind of do filler shit if I don't really understand certain fighters and what they do, unless I watched a fight of theirs or can at least kind of put some shit together. So we're gonna go to the UFC real quick before we land this motherfucker. UFC, was it 290? 291?
291.
291. Coming this weekend?
Same night, baby.
10 p.m. Oh, they're brave.
Action packed.
Oh, we're going to talk about this real quick.
Action-packed.
So,
Action packed Saturday.
we were talking about earlier, the UFC tends to do Saturday night pay-per-views on the night of big fights beforehand, either because it's in Abu Dhabi or it's on a different coast or something like that, so that Las Vegas can have their shine, and that, if you fucking balling enough or you're in Vegas or you can get there in time, you could fly to Vegas and see the fight live after you got your face punched a couple hours ago. So
I give Dana White credit for this because, you know what I'm saying, had there not been the biggest fight in boxing up to this date happening, this would be a big card, man.
It's still a big card.
That's what I'm saying. So he well again
but
if he's the one that came up,
but I'm rare to give this man credit, as you saw in How Can She Slap at the End of the World, which I will probably link to the end card of this video, just to stay consistent, because that was the last fight video we did. That was like fighting specifically, not references, not a grab bag, not none of that.
Yeah, I mean,
like
well,
fighting,
yeah. Well,
talking about fighting only.
Specifically because that was some bullshit. Because right after we did that fucking cast, that's when they announced that Francis was no longer with the UFC.
Was not signing. Was not going to re-sign.
Literally, the first fucking thing I saw when I got to the crib after recording that damn cast.
Both of us, that they could not come to terms. And now look where Francis is now. Again, PFL deal, getting bread. This nigga's paid.
And he may end up losing the biggest fucking fight that he may have been able to put on.
What if this man, before we really transition to MMA, what if this man really catches Tyson with the Galactica Phantoms and knocks him out?
I mean, there's a rematch clause regardless.
No, I know that, but and again, for the guys who didn't know watching this, there is a rematch clause, by the way, because they know how hard this nigga can hit. So what if this nigga really hits this thing with the Galactica Phantom?
No, what if he has to? He has to.
Well, again, we talked about that, 2 episodes ago or an episode ago. Even if he hits him with the Galactic Phantom, Deontay hit him with the Galactic Phantom, and it did nothing. Not nothing, but he dropped her in the first fight, but he survived.
First and third fight. He dropped him twice in the third fight.
He survived, is the point. And in the fight where this thing came out with the fucking body armor or whatever.
Yo, honestly, no. The third fight.
Deontay was tagging him, and it still didn't matter because his maneuverability and his ability to maneuver and persevere won him the fight. So
Francis has the same.
What is Francis gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
The third fight it gave Francis a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, depending on who his trainers are.
But again, if Francis hits him with the Galactic Phantom, then what? And he takes it. If Tyson takes it, then what?
Like I said, bro, Francis has that. He has that.
He has a chance.
He has that.
But how often we have talked about on this show that the puncher's chance is a slim chance.
No, I'm giving him more than a puncher's chance, bro. Again, because Francis's foundation is boxing. If it was something else, then, yeah, we have a different discussion. So, his claim to fame...
But how can he deal with a guy? Not that I want to count him out, because, again, as I said earlier in the show, if he hits him with the Galactic Phantom and knocks him out, I'm with it. Because that, again, propels...
It wouldn't even have to be that. And, again,
no, even if he survives, that's what I'm saying, even if he survives, even if he makes it close, that means that Francis is real, and that you have a new star in boxing, which, again, boxing needs, as we talked about. Boxing needs something to propel it forward. Yeah. They don't have anyone who does that besides this fight coming up.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Canelo washed? I don't want to say washed. They just done.
It's not about one or particular fighters. It's about, like I said, the series of fights that's been going on.
Why are you watching?
A collective.
Right?
Collective.
What brings you back?
A collective. And again,
what stories bring you back? All these things. So
these fights that are going on are like of smaller fighters, but at the same time, that's where we bring in the casual fan more to the technical aspect.
And even more so, if we're going to keep making this connection to MMA and the UFC, Triple C, Henry Cejudo, brought in a lot of people in as a smaller dude.
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson, even though they don't give him the credit for it, brought in a lot of people to the flyweight division. They kept the flyweight division alive just for him.
But Dana doesn't promote them in the same way that boxing promotes their smaller fighters.
Different episode. We could really talk. We've talked about it before. There's a lot of factors with that.
Yeah.
However, as long as there's a story, as long as you get the combat. In combat sports, as you alluded to product, earlier in the episode. That's the
product.
The point is about the fighting. The drama is the spice. That's what these niggas. That's why the McGregor
MMA.
That's why McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight didn't land, because it was an obvious cash grab. Like you could make all these racial allusions and call this nigga boy all you want, and when you did with the Paul brothers and Mayweather, same thing. I still got your hat. All that dumb shit these niggas got washed by this man because he's the greatest modern boxer in history. So
Well, I mean, the McGregor fight lived up to the hype.
Did it though? Because
Yes.
this nigga was
Yes.
grabbing onto this nigga
Yes.
like an amateur. Like
Yes.
it was whack.
Yes.
Like,
yes, it did. Yes.
I mean,
Because
I hold on. I guess that's
Floyd
better.
Mayweather finishing him in like the 4th or 5th round would have been it not living up to what it did.
And to further that, it's better than when he finished the Paul brothers standing up and had to hold him up to wake him up to finish the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
I get that.
The hype of it.
Yeah, it's just as someone again who got pulled in by the spectacles. Again, I am a casual boxing fan. I want to see fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to see a nigga floundering in there, and that's what I saw Conor doing, floundering.
And again, I'm saying that for me, just again as a
at
boxing
least,
fan.
At least the Paul nigga showed him some gas before he tapped out. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a regular motherfucker.
I was entertained.
Like,
I was entertained by McGregor and
initially.
Mayweather. I was
too.
entertained by that.
But I didn't like that. Oh, he got desperate. He was getting clapped. So he started grabbing, hitting the back of the head.
That was going to happen at some point.
Like, and I get it. It's instinct. It's
Unknown
reflex.
territory.
You know, you don't want to get humiliated.
Now look, had he had a couple of like tune-up fights before that?
Well, I said that, to you
Something
personally.
different.
That's what I wanted.
Something different.
Michael Venom Page is a guy who I talk about a lot because he's fucking awesome. But also, he's a guy who's talented enough to take on super fights or whatever. But he fights boxers in his weight class to get that fucking rank up.
Yeah.
Because he recognizes that I'm mad good. Like I could outstrike most of these motherfuckers, but boxing is a different game.
That and per fight, he's probably making more money. Boxing.
Absolutely.
Per fight.
And again, that's a wrinkle we didn't talk about, the money, because a lot of dudes are kind of just retiring, quote unquote, to go into boxing to make that quick check. And I'm not mad at that.
But that's another thing.
I'm not mad at that at all. They deserve that money, especially just for the training. Besides the fight itself and the psychological thing and the toll and all these things, get your money. Get your fucking money. I'm all for that. But
no. First of all, that's why boxing fell off, because there was too many motherfuckers getting their money and there was bullshit fights.
But there was a disparity, right? So
no, like that was all throughout the whole boxing.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about now, right? We're talking about dudes are fighting for the love of the game for the most part. It seems.
And even within that,
so again, Mike Tyson washed old ass Roy Jones for the love of the game. It wasn't about the bread because they got bread.
Yeah, and that was still a cool fight to see.
Exactly.
That was still a cool fight to see.
So that's what I'm pointing at. Like, fighting should be about that. And I'm not against dudes getting their bread, but fight.
Yeah, no. Like, and again, yeah, and that separates like the different.
I would love to have seen Conor wash some niggas at first, because that's what put Conor on the first place.
Yeah, look, that separates the divisions of it, because like that's a celebrity like legends type of situation where you have two dudes that are old just trying to fight for their money.
But still all time boxing greats.
But then we have the true champions of the sport currently, where like that's where you're getting the authenticity of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And
as opposed to it being just some gimmick.
Or it's for the check.
That's what I'm saying.
They both want to fight. That's what it's about.
We're talking about who's the fucking best.
These
right
guys
now.
said, I've been trying to fight this man
the absolute
for
best.
5 years. 5 years.
What they're doing, is what Pacquiao versus Mayweather should have
been in their primes. Exactly.
I'm saying, like, this fight has been talked about for 5 years, but it's not because like dudes are like, well, first of all, they're not old now, but promotions.
No, it's rightfully built. They're skilled.
They're undefeated. They're at the right age.
And
it's not has been drawn out. There's no drama.
What did you say earlier in the shit? Challenge the Gladiators, right? I'll
Clash of Gladiators.
Clash of Gladiators. That's the title of this episode. Clash of Gladiators at the end of the world. Book it. That's what this is, and
that's
I almost
don't
even want to talk about the UFC at this point, because I mean we're almost there.
Yeah.
So.
No, we can talk about the main events. The main events.
Not real quick for the card. So
no, just the main events.
Here's a sloppy transition. While I can still make it.
No, it's not. We're talking about gladiators.
So speaking of gladiators,
summertime shootouts.
UFC 291 taking place on the same day as this fight we've been talking about for almost an hour, over an hour. Excuse me. we have Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Oh, sorry, I'm hiccuping.
Dustin Diamond.
Versus Justin the Highlight, right? He's the Highlight Gaethje. Facing off for the BML part two for the vacant BMF belt. Rumors abound that one or both of these men will retire after this fight.
I mean, I can understand Dustin, but not Justin.
Dustin definitely, because he was a champion.
There's nothing else. Well, I mean, Dustin should go for.
There is nothing else he can do right now. Nothing other than moving up to middleweight.
He should go for one more title, man. One more.
Why?
Why not?
Against who?
Why not?
He's basically facing the best guy that he's gonna fight in that division.
I would like him at 170, son. I would like him at 170.
Why?
Again, why not?
Still why?
Why not? He honestly,
even though he is, again,
he would be the most. Honestly, he would probably be the most well-rounded dude in that division right now.
He would be. That's what I was gonna say. You're reading my brain. But he seems kind of over it.
Again,
Personally.
yeah, the motivation. Yeah, I get that. But like I said, for him, like
the only mountain he did not.
I can see him doing some. Like, yeah, I can see him doing some Bisbing.
But even the only mountain, what mountain is
some
there for him
Bisbing.
to climb in the 170?
He could beat Leon.
But is that a mountain? Not that, no disrespect to Leon, but is that a mountain? Realistically,
for him, yes.
Compared to Khabib, really?
Right now, yes. Right now, right now. Just where Leon is.
I would
right
love
now.
to see it personally.
And wouldn't that make Dustin two division
champion?
Okay, then. So there we go.
And that would be great for him. Again,
there we go.
I fuck with Dustin.
There we go.
I just, especially coming from where he came from, niggas was calling Dustin a loser, and he was washed, and all this shit. Like when he was like midway and younger in his career, and this nigga definitely turned all of that around.
If he gets the welterweight chip, I can see him holding it for at least a couple of fights, at least like two or three. For at least like 2 or 3.
He's well rounded enough. That would be a buzzsaw.
Would that not? Okay, so right now, is he a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if he does
far
that,
and away, even without the title, even he would have been, for sure.
So even if he doesn't defend it, if he just wins the title and then loses it in the next match, that will definitely make him far.
He is a Hall of Famer right now. Right now,
again,
before any other fights he takes, even if Justin Gaethje hits Mans with the hurricane kick on Saturday, it will not.
No. If he does that, then no, he has to walk away.
It won't tarnish him, though. Is the point?
No. If he hits him with a Ryu or Ken,
Justin really hits him with some shit.
Some Anthony Pettis shit.
That can only be good for the sport, because Dustin then walks off into the sunset. He has nothing to be ashamed of because he's achieved everything in his class besides beating Khabib. And how could you hold that against him? No one beat him.
I don't.
So
I don't. I just only problem I have.
He's a Hall of Famer through and through.
He just put too much stock into beating McGregor, bro. That's the only issue I have.
Not really. He was already gonna beat Conor.
I know that.
He was already gonna beat.
But
Conor,
again, that's what I'm saying. Like with the second fight,
he fought Conor for the check, and I'm not mad at that.
That was the third fight. The second fight,
all the fights. The second
fight was
first
for
he
pride.
had to get first
second
he had,
fight was
yeah,
for
he
pride.
had to get the run back to prove I'm better than this nigga, and he is, and he always was. Third fight was I need to get this check though.
So again, so you're lacing the story right now. So if McGregor was a fucking 2 division champion, why not?
Which
Dustin?
he was, yeah.
Why not Dustin? If I'm better than this nigga, then I should at least do that. Then I'm walking away. I beat this
then
nigga.
I don't know where he is in his contract, but then he would have to re-sign, go up in the class, and at least fight 4 times to get to the title. Maybe 3. Excuse me, because he's Dustin 3 times. Maybe 2 to get to the title, depending on who he beat.
At welterweight.
At welterweight, yes.
Hey, yeah. Man. Dana seems like he does kind of front on him.
Speaking of on-air research, it's weird because he's one of the best, especially given what he went through to get there.
But see, again, Conor McGregor is Dana's boo thing, so anytime you smoke his boots.
And the only problem is, all right, he goes to welterweight. He beats Leon hypothetically, right?
Right.
Does he retire then? That kind of puts the division into a bit of a turmoil. Hold on, there's a bit of a knot here, right? welterweight. Let's say he moves up. He beats Justin for the BMF title. Doesn't retire.
Look, Dustin, he could beat Leon, he could beat Marlon, he could beat
Marlon Vera's not even a concern.
not Marlon, not Marlon Moraes?
Nah,
What's that 155?
He's retired.
Oh, did he?
He's retired, yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
No, welterweight is 170, right? So
170, yeah.
Leon is the champion. Kamaru is number 1. Still, he's out there.
Dustin could beat him. That would be. I would like that.
I'd like to see that.
I would like
fight.
that. That's trying to tell you, baby.
That would be a test of Kamaru's
So that's 2 fights, bro.
legacy right
that's
there.
That's 2 fights right there, son.
So Kamaru, right?
Well, for both of them, bro. Because
Colby's getting the title shot already right now. So let's say hypothetically, Colby wins the title.
Shit, Colby against Dustin would be nice too.
Colby versus Dustin would be a great fight.
But see, that's already 3 fucking fights right there, bro.
That's why I'm going through. Again, on-air research is important. That's why we do it.
And if Dustin can beat all 3 of these niggas,
Dustin can beat all 3 of these.
I know he can. That's what I'm saying.
He might have a time with Colby though. Out of all 3, even Kamaru, because Kamaru got that power. So.
Kamaru's gonna try to, yeah. Well,
Kamaru could box him. It's gonna be.
But Kamaru has to wrestle him though. He has to.
No, to survive. Yes.
Yeah, he has to wrestle him.
Both of them. They have to mix it up to not get clapped because they both have the power to clap each other. So, yeah, I like to see that personally.
We're kind of shitting on the card for this Saturday, son.
No, we're not. We're talking about we're talking about the future of one Dustin, the fucking Diamond Poirier, who's a goddamn UFC Hall of Famer and an excellent fighter.
Yes.
And very enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to this fight on Saturday. Honestly, more than the boxing fight, as great as it's going to be, because I know it will be.
Yes.
But I'm going to get out of work type late. So I'll be able to watch Spence versus Crawford, but I may not catch Poirier versus...
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see how fast I get home. We'll see what the stage door is like. Don't dox me. But I'm a guard. You already know that already. Anyway, going down the rankings, there's Bilal at number 3. Dustin versus Bilal is real good. But apparently Bilal is going to fight Shavkat because they want to punish Bilal for basically calling out Dana White for giving Colby that white privilege. And Bilal could be Shavkat.
Yes.
But we'll see how hard he takes them hits from Shavkat.
Man, Bilal's on the run, man.
Nah, Bilal's a good fighter, man. He doesn't get enough credit. Bilal is that guy. He's about it. He has it mentally. And as a commentator, I've talked about this before. Commentators have this advantage. Mm-hmm. Seemingly, because I can't talk to Anthony Smith because he got clapped. Even though boy's a commentator. But commentators seem to have this advantage. They seem to glean more from fights and from being paid to talk about fights and from being fighters and their experience and all that. So listening to Bilal call fights and talking about dudes and all that stuff, I'm like, yo, this nigga is really, he's invested. Like, you could tell he's into this.
Well, and you get to watch the fights too, man. Really, just from an analytical.
He's just very good, and he is not that I want to pin it all on religion or any of that stuff, but he's not swayed by the same things that other fighters are swayed by, seemingly based on his interviews, how he goes live, the things he talks about, how he talks about it. This nigga is focused. He cares about this and only this, and it's hard to beat a guy like that. Who breathes this shit.
That would sound like
because
some other references right there, but
he don't have vices. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas got vices. Like, he doesn't seem to have vices.
Shout out to John Wick.
Exactly. Like, he has vices. Like, or excuse me, he doesn't have any vices. Fighting is his ball is life for him. It seems like, and it's hard to beat guys like that. Always, especially a well-rounded dude like that who's hard to really hurt. Because I've seen niggas blast this man with real hits, and he just eats it.
Yo, it's ill. And you know what? The way you just articulated that is definitely something that the summertime has been missing in regards to sports. Because, you know what I'm saying, usually we're, like, the main news and drama that's been, like, it's been a lot of bullshit, son. But when it comes to the combat sports,
talking about Conor
Just
and
whatever.
Michael
You know what I'm saying?
Chandler. I don't even want to see this fight no more. Let me interrupt you real quick. Fuck this fucking Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor fight. I don't even care anymore. Michael Chandler is gonna wash this nigga no matter what. You can juice all the fuck you want. You can get away through USADA, however you juicing Conor, doing all the cocaine that you're doing with Conor. Fuck that. Like, I don't even want to see this shit anymore because you're full of shit. You're scared of this nigga. Michael Chandler gonna wrestle fuck you. I don't even want to see it anymore. Like, why are you relevant? I'm tired of your ass. Go to sleep, Conor. Like I said in that fucking episode, our most watched video. Go to sleep, Conor. Forever. Retire. You're washed. You're done. It's over, lad. Go to sleep. Who the fuck are you? No one cares about you anymore except your bum ass, Irish ass, fucking hick ass niggas don't understand that you are washed up, bro. Shit. I'll see you in Tony Ferguson right now, and Tony Ferguson will still beat that ass because you are a bum ass nigga. Fuck you and your fucking bullshit ass, fucking overrated ass, 2 division winning championship because they fed you cans ass nigga. I'm tired of you, son. Go away forever.
And watch him smoke this dude.
Watch
Michael,
him smoke
watch him smoke
watch
Michael
him
Chandler.
Smoke Michael Chandler boots with the fucking left hook or whatever. I'm gonna look real stupid right now in a fucking, I know, fucking couple months, but still, fuck this.
No, a
nigga.
couple weeks. A couple weeks. That shit is.
Couple weeks. Well, they keep pushing it. They keep pushing it back because this nigga is clearly juicing and they're trying to cheat. They're trying to cheat. He still hasn't tested, so he's juicing, so he's cheating. Fuck this nigga, Conor
Fuck
McGregor.
proper 12, man.
Fuck proper 12. Fuck your yacht. Fuck your kid. Fuck your family. Fuck your court cases. Stop hitting niggas in the face at the bar when they tell you to let your bullshit ass whiskey because you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. I hope Michael Chandler chokes that bitch ass out. I want it so bad.
That would be nice, though, man.
I want it so bad
That would
right
be
now.
nice. I mean, and no. At this point, it's you know, it's Doink the Clown after Matt Bourne stopped being fucking Doink the Clown. So
Exactly.
It's a
Shout out to
situation where
Matt Bourne.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Matt Bourne.
No, I mean, at this point, no, I would love for Conor to stick around because I need to.
I want Conor McGregor to kick around so niggas can make this check off of him. Son.
Yeah, no,
Gilbert
no.
Burns, all these niggas call this nigga out. Please, fuck this nigga up so you get your money. Y'all deserve it because y'all are the real warriors.
At least like 2 or 3 more just good ass
super,
whoopings.
super fights that he has at least a chance in, so that is at least interesting.
Even if he doesn't, get your. I'm
check.
talking CM Punk ass whooping. Okay?
Oh man,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, now it would be nice for Mike Chandler to choke him out, and you know what I'm saying, if
or
we're
even
going
for Mike Chandler to knock him out.
I mean, look, theoretically,
then that dispels all the rumors of Mike Chandler only being a dude who can wrestle fuck you, even though he kicked Tony in the fucking head. Like,
I don't care how he wins. I need him just to dominate.
I just need him to win. That's it. Just to Mike Chandler this nigga the fuck out because he's a real warrior.
It would be nice if
Conor McGregor. Again, no disrespect to cocaine use, but fuck Conor McGregor. You fucking juicing ass cokehead.
A double A spine buster would be nice.
Just some murder. Like, I just need you to be murdered, and then for you to retire, and then for you to do the right thing and pass your knowledge on, which is valuable, to the younger fucking UK fighters who could really benefit from your coaching and your expertise.
All right, you're asking for too much right now.
Well,
a double A
I gotta ask for
buster.
the ideal because this nigga's a piece of shit, and I try to allow for the fact that people won't be a piece of shit for the rest of their lives.
Once again, you're asking for too
Especially when
much.
you have all the more money than God.
Asking for too much. Rock
that.
spine buster.
Fuck that shit.
Asking for too much. Double A spine buster, dominator. I would like for him to.
This nigga Mike Chandler hits this nigga with the hurricane kick, son. I would be so happy.
Hurricane kick, V trigger of some sort.
So again, to continue to answer your question before you made me bitch about this motherfucker.
First of all, how can I make you bitch? No.
You made me wild out. No, it was fine. I'm gonna talk about the rest of the welterweight division, which is what
I can't make you bitch
was.
about a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
you did that yourself.
Nah, you forced me. You forced me.
That's that victim shit.
You made me do it.
Yeah.
So the rest of the welterweight division, Khamzat Chimaev is gonna move upwards, so he's no longer relevant in this division. Talking about making weight, right? We talked about this earlier. Like, if you're really, Khamzat is a killer, and the fact that he can't make weight for this division tells me that he's in the wrong class. Go to middleweight, destroy them, and win the title. You could do it. He could do it. No problem. He could do it. He's more than skilled enough to do it. Him versus Israel, I want to see that. I want to see that.
No, I say that's a lack of self-discipline. Right, I want to see it.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So I mean,
and if you're gonna be fat, go to light heavyweight. Even better. That suits your skill set all the more, son. And then you get to fight Paulo Costa, even though he came down to middleweight to fight you.
Oh, bro. Out of all of them, Khamzat, out of all of them, he seems like the one that doesn't really have the real psychological edge that most of those.
He did.
Yeah, at first.
You know how it is, right? The Andy Ruiz shit.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not shitting on Andy Ruiz for niggas who are fans of this nigga.
Yeah.
But as they talk about it, the old adage, when you wake up in the silk sheets, it's hard to get up and jog in the morning, right?
Yeah, man.
So that seems to what happened to Khamzat.
Hey, but he didn't even get to that. Well, whatever.
I mean, he kind of did.
He did, but I mean, bro,
he kind of did.
You get no chips, nothing like that, hey, bro.
But who's seeing this man in terms of skill set?
All right, that's cool, but that's name. But then
it's not even name. It's just real. He's real. He's actually good.
No, he is. He's great, but again, something ain't right.
No, I want to see him versus Colby Covington. He was talking all that wild shit. Talking about if Dana was smart.
See, that's an easy fight.
If Dana was smart,
that's easy.
Dana would have booked them two together.
Easy.
That would have been the dream fight right there. So are you kidding me?
Colby no. If you'd had
all that shit Colby talked about him, that would have been.
If you'd had that on Saturday night, then
my God,
then that's that. Then you may have to.
You would overshadow this fight.
No,
just because of sheer story, like. I mean, that's how much Colby talks. He's a wrestler, like, in terms of pro wrestling. So he's mastered that.
I was set up, like, honestly, for me, again, with UFC, like, the co-main event is more interesting to me. But if it was Colby against Khamzat, I would definitely try to watch.
That would be
those two.
That would
then
be the sauce,
I'm watching those two. Then I'm watching Spence and Crawford.
That would be heaven for fighting fans. Heaven.
I mean, if you got the bread and you got the right spot.
Not to take away from what Dustin versus Justin's going to be, but I feel like someone's going to sleep very quickly in that fight. Somebody's going to sleep, for sure. That's so much firepower. Like, Dustin's going to come out methodical.
No, easy.
Dustin's going to come out methodical, but he's going to follow the Khabib plan of neutralizing this nigga.
I was about to say that,
fucking him up, son. That's what's going to happen. If he's smart. That's what you do.
So, you know what?
Because if you get kicked in your fucking head, you're going to die.
You know what?
So, like, don't do that.
I'm not going to call this a light-skin prediction, but...
here's a prophecy. Give it.
I won't call it a prophecy, but I may put a little wager on Dustin by submission, son.
That's interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very interesting.
I mean, I feel
that
like...
fight might go to... That seems like a decision fight. Even though I just said someone's going to sleep, they are very responsible because they've had defeats that have made them cautious. So I see them trying to wrestle a lot in this one.
See, but that's the thing, though. See, I like to hedge my bets. So the opposite of that with me being, I'll have to go with Justin Gaethje by TKO.
Oh, by TKO. That's the safer bet.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, no. The safest bet is Dustin by decision.
That's just by decision because that's what Dustin does. He knows how to wear you out.
But see, I'm looking at. You know what I mean, I guess I'm giving Dustin a little bit more veteran savvy, and I'm looking at him not necessarily trying to style, but definitely throwing a different wrinkle into the game.
If the rumors are true,
yeah,
and that one or both of them are trying to retire, I see Dustin trying to style on this man, win that BMF belt, and say, I'm done. I've been champion. I proved that I'm not a bum. Even though niggas was calling me a bum half my career. I outlasted Jorge.
Yeah.
Fuck this nigga.
Yeah.
He could have said all that. I hope he says all that if he wins the title and then retires. Because that's beautiful. Then who cares if he didn't beat Khabib? This nigga's accomplished. Again, to your question, is he a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. Justin should not retire. If he's really trying to retire, don't do it, Justin.
No.
Keep going. You're that nigga, son. Especially if Dustin leaves, who's gonna see you besides Islam?
But again, who does Justin become outside of just again that highlight fight dude? You know what I'm saying?
He gets better each time, but again,
he should. No. If he works on his wrestling, then he should go up the fucking.
But he's a guy who also goes to the well. So it's like I think that's what happens to him. He gets challenged in a fight by the most elite, where he deserves to be, because he is elite.
If he can't finish you, then he feels like he can't beat you,
and he gets desperate, and that's where he loses. So again, if this Justin comes out and really like fucking outfights Dustin in a decision, then that's incredible. That's even better than hitting a hurricane kick to the fucking head.
Oh yeah,
because you beat the demon on your back. You won this title, even though this title is like it's a princess trophy, right? But you got it over one of the greatest fighters ever in your class, especially. And that propels you forward in the division because he's one of the fucking greatest.
Oh, yeah, no. Justin needs this. Justin needs
this. Dustin could afford to lose this, whether he retires or not. Because Dustin's just chilling right now.
I need him at 170, son. I need just for one, like
even
2
if
fights.
He's trying to retire?
2 fights.
What's the point if you're not trying to go for the title? It's got to be a 4-fight, thing.
Hey, look.
If he wins those first 2,
listen, bro. Dustin and both Dustin and his wife talk mad shit, bro. So
I'm aware of that.
So if we talking all that shit, baby, y'all.
Again, let's go back to the conversation.
Y'all from Louisiana, y'all talking that down south.
Let's go back
to
what we were talking about before, the welterweight division. Let's say he does.
Let's do it.
Comes out the division. Gilbert Burns is number 5.
That's what I was thinking about. Gilbert, he could beat Gilbert.
He can beat Gilbert.
As a matter of fact, he will beat Gilbert.
Shavkat under him.
He will lay hands on Gilbert.
Shavkat under him, who's going to fight Bilal. So he's occupied.
Shavkat.
At 6. Karate Man, even though he calls himself Wonder Boy, but he's Karate Man to me. Karate Man, because he inherited that from Lyoto Machida.
I mean, Dustin is the better version of him. He just doesn't kick as much.
Nah, Steven could kick his head off.
He could, but Dustin ain't going to give him that. Dustin ain't going to give him that.
Dustin will wrestle fuck him.
That's what I'm saying.
If he gets a chance.
Yeah, he'll just take him.
But Steven has very good takedown defense, so that's the problem, especially recently because he's been on the run a little bit. So, as long as Steven's on the feet, he's a threat. That's it.
So instead of Karate Man, so we just
Karate Man is Karate Man.
It's called he's stacked.
Karate Man is taller and longer than Dustin.
He's just Stack Jack too.
That's a toss up. Him versus Karate Man is all I'm saying. So.
I'm still taking Dustin.
Dustin has the tools. He can do it. After that is Jeff Neal, Hands of Steel. I forget who he's fighting, but he's about to fight soon. He could beat Jeff Neal for sure.
And I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like,
I don't want to disrespect.
You don't even know if that fight is even going to happen because Jeff is always on some bullshit. So.
Yeah,
Jeff's
on the run. So we'll see.
He's on the run. Then he can either get suspended or get
clapped. Get clapped. That's it.
That's what I mean. So I'm still
clapped.
Just cause I'll take Dustin just by default, son. Yeah. Disqualification.
Wow. After that is I'm gonna breeze through them. Not that I want to disrespect these guys, but we're almost to the end, so I want to land this motherfucker. Vicente Luque, who is a very dangerous man. But Dustin can wrestle fuck him.
Yeah.
Neil Magny, who is on a downslope right now, it seems like. Shout out to Neil. Like, I fuck with Neil, but he seems getting his ass beat recently. So
Neil and Jeff, they kind of the same to me.
Yeah. So Neil versus Dustin, I don't like that for Neil.
Honestly, but Neil
is just taller. That's his only.
Neil is a little bit more consistent than Jeff. So
nah, but Dustin is gonna maul this man.
I don't see how Magny.
I'm sorry, Neil. He's gonna beat you up. He's gonna beat you the fuck up. I don't see it. I don't see how Neil could survive unless they go to decision because Neil's good at that. But
Neil will have to wrestle fuck him, lay him against the cage.
He can't out wrestle Dustin.
It will have to be a scrappy
it would have to be ugly. Yeah. And Neil's gotta survive because Dustin got the power.
He can't let Dustin hit him.
Nah, Dustin got the power. Dustin got the power.
He can't. Yeah.
So after that, Michael Chiesa, who we talked about earlier, he's fighting Kevin Holland. So I guess he's not relevant if he's fighting Kevin Holland in the middleweight, unless Kevin Holland is fighting 170. I can't tell right now.
I mean, Dustin can beat both of them anyway. So
Yeah, he could. Mike Chiesa though can wrestle with Dustin, and that matters. Jack Della Maddalena, who's been on the run himself, could strike with Dustin, but I don't know if he can out wrestle Dustin. That's at number 13. And then after that, Michel Pereira, who's fighting on Saturday as well. If he beats old boy, son, if he beats Karate Man, he's going up in the rankings. But he's a little too wild to deal with Dustin, because Dustin's just too crisp. He's too thorough. Unless Michelle has some Eddie Goro Tekken shit, he cannot beat Dustin. He cannot. And I like Michelle.
I ain't so
I like the classic Stephen A. I like Michelle. I've showered with him many times.
I've had
intimate
candlelit dinners.
Intimate candlelit dinners by the fireplace.
With all types of Pinot Grigio and
because Michelle is Brazilian.
I'm saying all types of Carte Blanche and Cervon.
And fucking lean cuts of meat, because Michelle's trying to keep weight. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Candlelit dinners with
so
Ville
it appears,
Parmesan.
as to your expert light skin analysis, that Dustin could wash most of the welterweight division.
I like his chances.
Given the chance. I still think he should retire. Because those top fights are going to be tough.
How old is he?
I don't know.
He's not 40 yet.
No, he's not. He's not, quote unquote, old, as fighters go.
Like I said, bro, he could be the cooler version of Bisbing.
And the way better.
In a better division.
Super better version than Bisbing.
In a better division.
I don't know. Middleweight is that heat.
I'm talking about middleweight when Bisbing took it over.
Yeah, well, Bisbing.
That was an old, weird.
Bisbing's snuck in like a thief in the night.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
real calm and smooth, like.
Look, if Dustin were to go into this division and take it over, they probably may end up calling this nigga the best welterweight ever, son.
But
outside of GSP,
I will devil's advocate here, because I would like to see Dustin versus a lot of the guys we just talked
There's
about.
no devil's advocate, because we're
only,
dealing with a clean palette, bro. We're Bob Ross in it, son.
But what if?
Just mad liquid black.
What if Dustin goes for Makhachev?
Do it.
Like last
Do
shot.
it. Do it.
Last shot. And if he does it, he does it. If he doesn't, he does it. I would rather that, personally, for his skill set and how good he is. Why not?
I mean, either way, look, I'm just, I would like to see.
It's his weight class. If he beats Khabib's son, could you imagine?
All day.
How incredible of a feather of a cap that would be in his career. And he's already a Hall of Famer right now.
I mean, either way, that's just where I'm going.
If he beat Khabib's son for the title,
we need the icing.
Not only beats Khabib's son, beats Khabib's undefeated son.
Yes.
For the title, that proves that he was good enough all along, even though Khabib sexed him.
Back in the day.
And then he could retire peacefully, knowing that, fuck Khabib, I'm that nigga, I'm the champion twice. Which is so hard to do.
That. I'm fine with that.
I feel like that's harder to do than even two division.
I just don't want him retiring after this fucking fight.
I don't want that either. That's why we even went through 20 more minutes about talking about Dustin Poirier. We didn't even talk about the card. We were supposed to talk about the card.
Son, I'm saying, look, the cake is baked. You know what I'm saying? The icing's there. He just needs the whipped cream and the fucking cherry or whatever else you want on top, son.
That's what I want for him.
The strawberry shortcake.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
That's what I'm saying. So, again, if that fight happens, so be it. Like I said, I'm seeing a real opportunity for him to do what a lot of more or less like MMA or UFC fighters have done, going into the quote unquote advanced older ages, which is going to another fucking division and totally fucking dominate, man. And he has the opportunity to do that because, you know what I'm saying, he's becoming Jordan in 91, where You know what I'm saying? The athleticism is still there, the power is there, the skill set is there, and then the veteran knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He can wear a lot of dudes out, man. And he knows how to not get hit and how to, he could GSP it. But honestly, for me, he could be a better, flashier version of GSP at this age, at that fucking weight class. Well, without the elite wrestling, but
But he is actually that good at
No, he
wrestling
is.
too. So
he is. He would be, like I said, way flashier in regards to striking. You know what I'm
he
saying?
would be way even more decorated than he already is.
Yeah.
That's why I posed the Makachev question, because that would be a trophy.
Either or. Like I said, yeah, I'll
If
be
he
cool
beats
with
Justin.
either
He beats Justin. Like,
one.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nobody cares about that. Like I said, like I'm more about the aftermath of all this.
what besides Dustin Poirier, who we just spent 20 minutes talking about? Shout out to him. 30 minutes talking about. Shout out to him. What do you care about in this card? Besides the BMF title,
Like I said,
real quick?
the co-main event, bro, the light heavyweight.
Yeah, Jan versus Alex.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, what do you see? How do you see the light heavyweight division being impacted by Alex Pereira, even if he loses to Jan for the title? Do you think that spices up the division again? You think that makes it interesting again?
Yeah. I mean, I understand why Dana did it.
Yeah, because he was scared of Alex knocking Israel the fuck out again. That's why he did it.
I mean, I don't understand that because it's stupid. Either way, one of them was going to go to light heavyweight regardless. So, and Israel seemingly
They should have had one more time.
I mean,
one more
I think
time.
that's what he's trying to set up. But I think he's trying to
in
set
light
that up
heavyweight, but
Why
mean,
not? Why not?
I guess, but I don't
But
know.
you're gonna have to have somebody.
You got to strike while the iron is hot. You know that better than me.
That,
so
and you're gonna also have to have somebody get it popping for middleweight too. You know what I'm saying? To make shit a little bit more like things are spicy for Israel and so on and so
in
forth.
general, because to your point, if Israel leaves and goes to light heavyweight, as he has mentioned in the past, especially to get that run back off Jan.
Yeah.
The light heavyweight division has, good fighters in it that could really carry
Yeah, but
it.
it hasn't been spicy for a long time, man.
Well, again, who carries it after that? Bobby Knuckles just got beat, even though that doesn't mean he's washed by any means.
Yeah.
Jared Cannonier is still there. Marvin Vittori is still there. There's good guys in that division that get busy, so it's not like they're lacking for spice in that division. But they lack star power. To your point,
In middleweight.
In middleweight, yes. Light heavyweight, they're kind of good now that they have.
They are.
Now that they have Alex there, that's a big deal.
No, light heavyweight is weird because
and Jan is a star himself, even though
Yeah.
niggas don't give him the credit. Like
light heavyweight is weird because it's talented, but there are no stars in that division. So
Jan is a star. He's
becoming a star.
He just don't get the credit.
And that's why, again, I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
why Dana wanted to put Alex into that because
because if he wins either way, if Alex smokes boots, then Alex is supposed to smoke boots because of how good he is.
Yeah.
If Jan smokes boots, then that's the underdog getting busy. The dude who's homegrown and a great fighter and a champion already, who beat Israel Adesanya, who is the only guy who say he did that.
You can't go
So,
wrong.
like,
Regardless of who wins, you
The
can't go wrong.
story is there. Yeah,
you
the
can't go
story
wrong.
is there.
You know what I'm
So
saying? I get that.
So
I get that.
I shout out to Dana for that. Again, damn, I'm getting a lot of shout outs to him. I usually don't fuck with this nigga at all. But this nigga's a clever man. But
You know what? Again, his season is the summertime. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Real quick though. Damn, we almost OD'ing a little bit, but it's fine because
No, not really.
No, we haven't talked about violence in a long time. I told you the theme is violence, violence at the end of the world. I think that's what I'm doing. Violence at the end of the world is happening. What do you think?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then the only viable thumbnail has to be Samuel L. Jackson of some sort,
Maybe. I don't know. There's a couple violent dudes on there.
or maybe Denzel from The Equalizer.
Nah, I rather didn't do Alex after he knocked Israel out and hit with the bow and arrows.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. There was a even though we talked about it a little bit. There was a funny ass thumbnail I seen from there was a video that was basically Fury against Wilder Part 3 where it probably was where Fury knocked out Wilder for the last time, but the way Wilder was falling, it was incredibly embarrassing. But that's neither here nor there.
I just want to talk some quick snipes. I fuck with Kevin Holland.
Quick snipes.
Exactly. I can't wait to see him fight. He's always fun to watch.
The return to Tony Ferguson.
The return of Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. Bobby Green might smoke the boots because he got the hands for it. If Tony is smart, he will try to wrestle this man to survive because that's basically what it is.
That's his only option, son.
According to the odds, he's plus 270, son, against Bobby Green. You might want to take that action, son. Honestly,
no, I definitely will because Tony. See, like, part of me doesn't want to because this would be like one of Tony's real, like, you know what I'm saying, virtuosos, where he like slaps him up, then wrestles him, then
just puts on the performance of a lifetime.
And then he just wins like some bullshit, like real decision, son. Meanwhile, I put all my
on Bobby to knock him out.
Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, I won't because I did put bread on that fight. What was that in October with Nate's last fight with Tony. Yeah, I got money off of that. I had Tony. No, I had Nate by finish or TKO, whatever it was.
There you go. So might as well continue.
So you know what? Hey, I may put some money on Tony this weekend.
Oh, shout out to Tony. Last thing on the part with again with Kevin Holland versus Michael Chiesa. If Kevin survives this, he will prove that he's kind of filled the hole in his wrestling weakness in terms of the ground game. Like Khabib told him, he's like, I can train you. If Khabib comes up to you and says, you fight good, I can train you, I'm training with that man, son. I don't know if Kevin took him up on that or not. In his last few fights, it looks like he has because dudes try to take him down and they can't. Or even if they take him down, he gets back up so that they are forced to deal with them hands, which they don't want to see from him. So
Kev is very niggerish.
It's a toss-up fight. The odds are they're plus 125 in Michael Chiesa's favor, minus 145 in Kevin's, which is interesting. I think Michael is still favored because his wrestling is incredible. And if he wins this fight, it's definitely a feather in his cap. In welterweight, because that's what it is. Kevin came back to welterweight to fight this fight, so I'm worried about Michael rehydrating and him being heavier than Kevin in terms of wrestling. But if Kevin hits him with the Shoryuken, I mean, that's it. Michael's going down.
I don't know, bro.
So,
I felt the same way. Look, because when Kevin was going against your man Jacare, I felt the same way.
Yeah, but
I didn't mean to rhyme that, but
then he knocked Jacare out into retirement.
No, he knocked Jacare out while he was laying. Like Jacare took him down.
Yeah,
and then Kev hit him while he was
in
laying.
The most dangerous place Jacare was.
I'm saying,
world-class grappler. He had him in the leg lock attempt, and Kevin just clapped him
on the ground, laying on his back.
I've never seen anything like that.
Me neither. I was like, yo, I've never seen somebody.
And not only that, Kevin looked at him as he was in the submission and was like, "Word," and then duffed him in his fucking mouth. Jacare thought he could take it, and then he died.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Because anytime Jacare takes anybody down, it's usually, the Komodo dragons.
Exactly. I thought it was a wrap because, again, Kevin historically
that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo.
Was weak on the ground, so.
He hit him with what looked to be a weak left hook laying down.
Jacare dared him to hit him.
I'm like, oh,
Kevin hit him for real. So, oh, shit. And Jacare retired. And that was that.
Point is, folks, we have a very scintillating. It's a
good card. Yeah, it's a really good card.
we have a very summertime shootout-esque.
Said old man card, but still a good card.
Just regards in whatever fights you may be watching this Saturday, July the 29th.
Watch some fights.
You know what I'm saying? You should be entertained. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, again, combat sports are coming back in a very big way. As they should. And, You know what I'm saying? We look forward to that. Hopefully we could do this is the preview. Hopefully we can do a review.
Speaking of reviews, shout out real quick to Alexander Pantoja for winning the title, flyweight title, over the Assassin Baby in what was a crazy fight. And he hung in there and gutted the victory out.
Crazy night.
In a fight that I thought he lost, honestly, even though he took him down mad times, I was like, I don't know, like, this nigga just kept getting up and punching him in his fucking mouth. So, there it is. I look forward to Pantoja's next fight. I'm sure him and the Assassin Baby will run it back, since this nigga got 86 matches with fucking old boy, the God of War. So I look forward to that run back. Otherwise, it should be a good weekend of Violencia. Let's land this bitch.
That's yours.
Tell them where they can find you. As always.
Well, right now.
Oh yeah, you got fronted on. That's right.
Yeah, well.
Tell them the sad,
No,
sad tale.
No. We'll get into that once things are cleared up and.
Well, tell them anyway.
No. It's just legal ramifications. We won't even get into that until things are clarified and cleared up. So, as of right now, I'm just a light-skinned dude trying to get by.
Exactly. No sponsors.
No.
No websites.
No.
Fuck all that.
I'm saying we just out here, baby.
I may even go the same route. Since Elon's bum ass fucking making money off of Emerald ass, father ass, fucking Nepo baby ass, buying good ideas from more talented niggas who actually invent ass fucking mediocre ass, ruining Twitter ass motherfucker. Is turning it into Twitter or X now, whatever the fuck it's gonna be. I saw a meme real quick saying the only X we respect is Darkman X. Of course. You know, RIP to both of the X's. Fuck that. Fuck you, Elon Musk. I hope that you lose all the money in the world trying to convert Twitter to your stupid ass vision, because you don't know how to create shit, because you're a piece of shit South African ass, Afrikaans ass, fucking racist ass, fucking dickhead ass. You claim to be a genius, but you don't know the value of the thing you bought ass. How you spent $40+ billion ass nigga on a thing because you weren't cool and niggas made fun of you on it ass. Fucking insecure ass, fucking beta ass nigga. And I hope if you ever fight Mark Zuckerberg, I hope he throw you in the Kimura so hard that he break that arm ass, bitch ass nigga. At least Jeff Bezos knows how to keep his fucking mouth shut. You don't know how to do that. Nah, Mark is already, this nigga's ripped right the fuck now. Nah, he's not. Elon is fat. He ain't ready. He ain't ready, son. I'm telling you, he's not ready. He's not ready, son. He's not ready for this nigga. Mark is already a few years ahead of this nigga. That's the difference. Like, that's all matter. You could get ripped in a couple months. You know that. But that doesn't matter in fighting, as we just talked about. So, Mark is already ahead of the curve. He's already on it. Elon doesn't have a chance. He doesn't. You could pose for pictures of GSP all the fuck you want. You ain't winning no tournaments like this nigga already won. So I ain't trying to hear that. Like, you can have all the money you want. If you're not taking it seriously, and you're not, because you're fat, you're done. It's over for you. This nigga Mark is ripped. I don't even want to compliment this nigga, because this nigga's a piece of shit. This nigga is ripped, son. He's fucking ripped, son. He's out here, son. Like, this nigga's posing with fucking Volkanovski, who is that, who and Israel. He's that nigga, son. Shout out to Volkanovski, by the way, for beating the shit out of Yair Rodriguez a couple weeks ago. That was a masterclass. That shit was a fucking fight. I don't know who is still saying that Volkanovski ain't that nigga, but you're a fucking moron. that's how I'm gonna end the show. You can find me at Shining Brizard if you want. I don't know how much longer I'm even gonna be on Twitter because this shit is fucking stupid, as I just mentioned for the last minute or so. But you can DM me if you want. You can follow me if you want. As the light skinned one talked about in the last thing, I'm only on there for information at this point. Like, because frankly, it's still the breaking news source. As long as this fucking South African dickhead allows the site to at least be somewhat great, but that's not gonna last for long. Fuck you. Fuck everything. Goodbye, motherfuckers. We'll see you next time. We love you, though. Keep listening. We love you. I'm sorry. I don't mean fuck you, but I mean fuck this bullshit. Fuck these fucking white ass fucking dickheads.